In this video of our React interview series, we will be discussing about how you render lists and why it is important to use keys while rendering lists. In React, we often display lists in form of menu, cards, messages, product grid, etc. Is often done by using .map function to render JSX from an array. But the real power lies in the use of keys. Without the use of keys, you will face performance drop and various strange bugs. Now let's just jump into the code and see how lists are rendered in React. As you can see here, we have declared a users array of object with IDs and names as keys. Now to show this data on UI, we will simply be using map users.map, and so here .map function will be used to loop through the users list, and for each child component we get a key prop which is mandatory. Here I have given some basic CSS to show it in the form of card, and we are showing the username and ID in our card. One thing you must keep in mind that the ID that the key that you use must be unique. Like here the IDs, we have all the different values for ID. Now let's just see the output of this code. So as you can see here, we are rendering all the data of our user list in the form of cards here with name and ID displayed. So what is the role of keys and why do they matter? Whenever your data is changed, React tries to figure out what is actually changed here. And this process is called reconciliation. The key helps React to know whether a particular list item is same as before, or it is a new item, or is something that was removed. Suppose this is the list updated by the DOM and this is the item that is being changed. So instead of re-rendering the complete component, React only re-renders this part. Only this part that is changed is re-rendered, and we are able to track this only when all of these have a unique key. This is what exactly happens under the hood, and this concept is called efficient diffing. But what happens if you don't add a key while rendering a list? Let's see. So if I just simply remove this part, nothing will be changed in our UI. But when I open the console, you will see I am getting a warning that each child in the list must have unique key prop. This will result into re-render of all the, and suppose it is a very large data with 1000, 10,000, 20,000 items, that the scale at which real world products are used, this will definitely break your performance. And also, just because you are not using the keys, you are making the React diffing algorithm inefficient. The next argument can be, what if we use index as a key? This will work fine if your data is static, but in real world cases, we don't have static data. So why do we not use index? As we have already discussed, that data is not static in most of the cases. We often sort, add or delete data. Index is no longer the indication of the item's identity. Suppose we have 5 records, 4th record is deleted. Now 5th record is the 4th record. And suppose this is not just 5 but 10,000 data. So every record after the 4th record shifts its index, and as a result all of them are re-rendered. Here's what happens. You insert or delete something, all indexes shift. React thinks every item is different. The whole component is remounted, or you can say re-rendered. This results in state loss, and we are not getting any fruits of the reconciliation here. A real life example can be, in a chat app, if each message is a component with an input field or timestamp, and you use index as a key, and now when you add a new message on the top, this will reset all the inputs, rerun all your animations, and break message transitions. So instead you must be using stable IDs, something like messages.id, to ensure smooth user experience. So the best practices that we have discussed so far for using keys are, you must always use unique and stable key. Let's say an ID provided by the backend, or a combination of 2 or more fields that makes your data unique. Avoid random generators to be used as keys like math.random or date.now. These can provide you satisfactory result for a smaller data, But in actual production grade code, this will surely give some problems. Don't ignore the console and do not use index as the key. You might use index as a key for a static list, but in most of the cases, as the business requirement changes, you never know what static today can become dynamic tomorrow, and you will face problems in restructuring everything. So this was about rendering lists and the use of keys. Hope you got to learn something new from this video or revised something that you already knew. Give this video a thumbs up if you have watched till here and subscribe to the Skills Perfect channel for more software engineering related content. See you in the next one.